may be accessed in our Zoom link as well as our Lawrence City Council Facebook page and the Lawrence City Council YouTube page. At this point, I'll ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Councilor Levy is here. Councilor Dela Cruz is noted as absent. Councilor Russell.
Present.
Councilor Rodriguez, noted as absent. Councilor Del Rosario.
Present.
Councilor Selena Reyes is noted as absent. Councilor Infante.
Present.
Council Vice President Estela Reyes is noted as absent. Council President LaPlante.
Present. Councilor and Vice President Reyes has informed me that she is definitely under the weather this evening and sends her regrets that she will not be able to be here this evening. And I also received a communication from Councilor Selena Reyes, who has another obligation that unfortunately is not allowing her to be here this evening. At this point, I will ask all of us to stand up for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Any remarks? That lady, if she does any remarks while the meeting, I want to ask her to get it out. Less than 50 yards, I have order. But any remarks that she does,
Good guidance from the clerk on this. Thank you. Councilors, we do have minutes from November 21st. I'm looking for a motion to approve those minutes. Motion made by Councilor Infante, seconded by Councilor Russell. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the roll. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Now we have public participation. I have a list. You have 2.5 minutes to give your comments. At the 2-minute mark, Teresa here will ring a bell, letting you know that you've got 30 seconds left to conclude your comments. Again, address the chair and no members of specifically the City Council. The first person is Mr. Malley.
And their excellent leadership make Lawrence a beautiful city. Our DPW employees' leadership deserve the best pay raise possible. We support our inspection department employees and their union. We need to hire more inspectors. They're doing an excellent job. Lawrence teachers, you are number one. You are the most important reason for success of Lawrence Public School. We support Lawrence Teachers Union, demand the best compensation for all Lawrence Public School employees, teachers, paraprofessionals, and cafeteria workers. Please help our homeless population and the family movement every Wednesday. Please bring food and donation for our homeless at the Buckley Garage. In this great season of joy and celebration, we are united to thank Lawrence police officers and our wonderful police officers union. We are united with one voice, demand the best compensation for Lawrence police officers now. We wish the best season of joy and celebration for all union employees across our great city.
Thank you. The next speaker is M. Rodriguez.
Good evening. My name is Marlon Rodriguez. I live on Fort Basswood Street. The reason why I came tonight is because of what happened yesterday at the Sullivan Park. My understanding was from my nephews that go to Lawrence High School that there was an incident. Someone threatened to shoot the building up and then unalive themselves. This happened last week, now it's Monday, and these two children got beat up. I don't know if you guys have seen the video or anything, but my question is, if this happened last week with this person threatening the city, the school, why wasn't there police presence there yesterday or Friday? Our children go to, I respect the police officers, I respect the teachers, I respect anybody who handles children that don't belong to them, because I know it's a hard job. But what are we doing to protect the kids? That's my only question. Thank you.
Thank you. Last is Jeffrey Petrillo.
Good evening, council members. Jeffrey Petrillo, 341D South Broadway, Lawrence. As we all know, this is an issue that's been ongoing for years regarding the illegal and non-conforming use of lot number 18 owned by A&M Auto Body in Lawrence, Mass. at 341 South Broadway. Thus far, the Petrillos are 3 wins, no losses at city not to rezone lot number 8. The zoning board, January 25th, 2018. The planning board, August 1st, 2018. And the city council, October 16, 2018. Also, we have 2 wins at the Superior Court level. The first being the preliminary land injunction ordered by Judge James Lang on June 17, 2018. And the second being the permanent land injunction ordered by Judge John Liu on March 29, 2021. What the plaintiffs are believing that what the city is now in fact doing is giving Angelo Memolo and Attorney Caruso a free pass at another bite at the apple, knowing that Judge Liu said on 3/29/2021, it is ordered, adjudged, and declared that the November 7, 2018 vote of the City Council allowing the petition of A&M Auto Body shall be and hereby is vacated and invalid. We're kind of wondering what part of that did you not understand? The plaintiffs believe that what you are allowing with prejudice many other opportunities to the defendants to carry this legal debate over lot number 18 from now to infinity, when it is clear-cut what Angelo Memolo is factually doing at lot number 18, along with city and state laws that prohibit this type of spot zoning and junkyard storage use. We assert the legal parlance that what you are doing is called discrimination with regard to selective enforcement, as well as providing Angelo Memolo and Attorney Caruso one more means of stalling so as to give Angelo Memolo more time to lot number 18 illegally in non-conforming, non-permitted use, and quite clearly to the defendant's advantage and to the detriment and demise of the plaintiffs, the Petrillos. Clearly, these actions are not in accordance to the public need and or the public's interest. It is now believed that what you are doing is opening Pandora's box to the plaintiffs asking, what's next? Are you saying that you are opening the floodgates for Angelo Memolo to what appears to be Angelo Memolo taking over lot number 18 via his own self-proclaimed eminent domain, which falls back on your far too liberal approach at not
Mr. Perillo, your 2.5 minutes is up. We had the second bell, so please, I mean, that was the second bell.
That was fast.
But Mr. Perillo, the good news is you have an agenda item on here that's going to be sent to the committee. You'll have ample time at that point.
Okay.
Thank you. And that is it for public participation. Names, addresses, and comments will be submitted to the city clerk for their, for the record. Roll call, please, for clerk, for Councilor Rodriguez.
Councilor Rodriguez.
Excellent. Councilors, we do have some members of the public here who showed up on time that wish to have their item addressed, and so as a courtesy to them, I'm going to move quickly through a few of those items so that they can leave if they so desire. I'm looking at Councilor Levy to give her a heads up that the Ordinance Committee on document 29023, there is a document there to order a public hearing that's individuals here. So would you be willing to give the committee report, if there's no objection, to 29023? And following that, we will then take up the Office of Planning and Development, the lease agreement at 360 Merrimack Street. So Counselor, when you're ready.
Item 290 and 23 is a handicap parking, 10 Canton Street by Raymond Denucio. And I was sent it to the full council for public hearing. And I'm making as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Russell. Discussion. Counselor Del Rosario.
Point of clarification, is it 10 or 19 Canton Street?
Our agenda says 19. Is that accurate on the background information?
I have located at 19 Canton Street in the police report. 19 Canton Street on his papers.
19. And on the report also say 19 Canton Street.
Yeah, but, no. Councilor Levy actually said 10. It's a friendly amendment, so it's 19 Canton.
Thank you.
19. So the motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion on this matter? The vote of a public hearing. Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. If there's no objection, the other item that people are here for is document under tabled matters, document 34223. This is the approval of the Office of Planning and Development, the OPD lease agreement at 360 Merrimack Street. Since the contract is over 3 years, it's currently before us. So I believe there's an underlying motion on that item, and I would ask the clerk, if she needs a little more time, that's fine too.
Can you
Do we-
repeat the number, please?
34223, under tabled matters. And I believe there's an underlying motion. I believe the motion is probably to approve.
It was, and there's some specific, I had, actually, her name's on it. Thank you. The motion that was made by Councilor Levy, seconded by Councilor Russell, was to approve a 5-year lease, and there had been a request to waive the 30 days as part of that motion. Then it had been tabled prior to taking the vote on that motion, which is already on the table.
The motion is to approve this item. It's currently now, is there any of the members of the city council who wish to ask a question, make a comment on this matter? Mr. McCarthy is here to give further explanation if one is required.
We did not have a copy of the lease or the lease terms, so he provided us with the lease, which you got both electronically ahead of time and in your packages, and then he sent down a couple of breakdowns of the numbers. So the lease information that was lacking is now here.
Super, thank you. Seeing Councilor Rodriguez.
Good evening, through you, Council
Good
President.
evening, councilors. Daniel McCarthy from the Office of Planning and Development.
Can you just specify the year after years for that, for the lease?
So the requested lease is going to be for a term of 5 years currently. Under state procurement law, Chapter 30B, any of the procurement office for a city cannot allow a contract that extends more than 3 years without a majority vote from the council. That's the case here. The original contract had been negotiated for 3 years. It went back for negotiations and a 5-year.
I just wanted to know, like, how much is gonna be per year, all the way from year 1 to year 5?
Excuse me?
How much is going to be per year from year 1 to year 5, just for the record?
So year 1, I've got here. Oh, and would you like copies of these?
Of
I'll
that,
pass
but
those out.
I just put on there.
Huh?
I just want you to read it there.
Okay. So year 1, the annual rent will be $121,885. The monthly rent will be $10,157. The year 2 will be $125,541.55, and the monthly rent will be $10,461.80. And on year 3, it will be $129,307.79, and the monthly rent will be $10,775 per month. Year 4 will be $133,187, and the monthly rent will be $11,153. And year 5 will be $137,182, and the monthly rent will be $11,431.
Thank you, Council President.
Seeing no further discussion on this matter, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, it's unanimous. Thank you. That is it for individuals who are here for a specific reason here this evening. I'll go to the top of the agenda. Under matters pending a public hearing, document 1222, it was advised to the chair that that request to withdraw should take place this evening. So at this point, I'm looking for a motion to withdraw document 1222 under matters. A motion made by Councilor Levy. Is there seconded by Councilor Del Rosario? Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We do have a bunch of public hearings, a bunch of ordinance committee matters this evening, excuse me. So I'm going to look toward the vice chair, Anna Levy, of the ordinance committee to go through the packet. So the first one under the ordinance committee is document number 39122. Will the clerk, I'm sorry, Councilor Levy, would you please read the committee report?
Thank you, Council President. 39122 is no parking sign, 28 Montgomery Street by Flavia Medina. It was sent to the full council for withdraw, and I make it as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Councilor Vice Chair Levy, document 8123.
Document 8123 is a handicap parking, 46 Spruce Street, from Dawanda M. Cruz, and was sent to the full council for withdraw, and I make it as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 17023. Madam Vice Chair.
Document 17023 is a handicap parking, 84 Bennington Street, was submitted by Councilor Gregory Del Rosario, was sent for a public hearing, and I'm making as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The document's being sent for a public hearing. Document 17123.
Document 17123 is a handicap parking, 27 Newton Street by James Jacke, was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I'm making as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 17223.
Document 17223 is a handicap parking at 25 Boswell Street by Angel Silverio, was sent to the full council as to order a public hearing, and I'm making as a formal motion.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document number 25123.
Document 25123 is a handicap parking, 26 Oregon Avenue, apartment number 2 by Bonerge Leher, was sent to the full council for withdraw, and I make it as a formal motion.
Motion made and seconded by Councilor Russell. Discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 25323.
Document 25323 is a handicap parking, 2 Boswell Street, Elizabeth Rodriguez, sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I make it as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Document 26623 is a handicap parking, 164 Union Street by Fernando Munoz, and canceled by President Estela Reyes, was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I'm making as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 276.
Document 276 23 handicap parking 189 Garden Street by Carlos Garcia Javier was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I make it as a formal motion.
Motion is made, seconded by Counselor Russell. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 277.
Document 27723 is a handicap parking, 62 Dorchester Street, apartment number 1A, by Rosalia Perez Moscoso, and was sent to the full council to order a public hearing. I'm making as a formal motion.
Motion been made, is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Del Rosario. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 44323.
Document 44323 is to request the 15-minute parking sign at Avon Street by David Nonce, was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I do as a formal motion.
Motion been made, is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Del Rosario. Discussion? See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 446.
Document 44623 is the corner dedication to Sergeant Donald M. Cronin, D.C., 193 Maple Street, was submitted by Councilor Vice President Estela Reyes, Mayor Brian De Peña, and Nelson Silva.
Motion been made, is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Del Rosario. Counselor Levy.
Yes, Council President, I was asking to table this item for the next meeting.
Motion to table, is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Infante. Noted motion, no discussion on the table matter. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The matter is tabled. Document 44723.
Document 44723, the request to remove handicap parking sign on 139 South Broadway by Maria Colazo Rivera. It was sent to the full council, and I make as a formal motion.
Motion been made, is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Russell. Discussion? It's to, yes, to
Remove.
order public, correct, to order a public hearing.
Yes.
That's part of the motion. Any further discussion on this matter? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 452.
Mr. President, through you, I want to get as a block, item 45223, 45323, 45423, 45523, 45623, 45723, 45823, 45923, 46023. All this item was sent to the full council to request a public hearing, and I'm going to make it as a formal motion. So I'm going to repeat each one of the items. It's okay? I don't have to mention the address?
I think that the addresses would be just for public, for the transparency. I think the public should hear the addresses one time, just to go through them, but I think as a block is perfectly acceptable. One roll call vote would work.
Okay.
So if you wouldn't mind reading the addresses, please.
All right. So 452, the first one is the underground electric conduit at Merrimack Street. And another one is they install a port at Tyler Street and Newton Street. Install a port at Philly Street near Ceylon Street. Intersection of Andover and Forbert Street. Install a port at Kingston Street near Newton Street. Install a port at Market Street near Loring Street. Install a port on Merrimack Street near South Broadway. Install an underground electric conduit on South Union Street. And the last but not the least is install a port on Blanchard Street near Bailey Street.
There's a motion to order a public hearing for all of these items just mentioned as a block. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Russell. Discussion. See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Council President?
Yes, ma'am.
I know on the agenda, we don't have anything to report for the Personnel Committee, but I do have an agenda item that I would like to untable through the Personnel Committee.
Sure, what is the table, what is the item number?
I make a motion to untable item 351-23. The appointment of Virginia Garcia to the Licensing Board expires on June 5th, 2030. And this was brought to us by our city attorney and Mayor DePena.
There's a motion to take 351-23 off of table matters. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion. See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I believe the underlying motion would be to approve this individual. Is that the underlying motion? Or
We
do we?
had a motion to approve
Okay.
previously, came up from personnel, but the candidate wasn't available, so we're not gonna do it.
Very good.
Correct.
Okay, Councilor, Madam Chair, you have the floor if you wish.
So there's already a motion.
Is there any further
Discussion.
discussion? Yeah, you have the floor if you wish.
Thank you, Council President. Through you, when this item was first brought up to the full council, I made a statement about my concern. And again, this has nothing to do personally with the individual, but what we experienced in the Personnel Committee level was that the individual's resume was not included. We were given excuses that it was encrypted, and all of a sudden, within 1 minute of me calling this out, all of a sudden, the resume was available. Upon receiving the resume after they quickly went upstairs and printed it out, her background is entirely on education. And she has an amazing educational background, but I don't think I don't think it's appropriate for the licensing board. This is a term that's 6 to 7 years. As we know, we're already experiencing a lot of issues with permits and licensing, and I think we should be more diligent, and my personal opinion is that we should be appointing people with a bit more background and knowledge for very important boards.
So the
The
motion
motion is
before,
to-
the motion before says to approve.
That's
The
what the
chat,
chair-
the chair is just making some comments regarding the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Counselor, for those of us who don't have it in front of us right now, do we have a copy? We were probably sent a copy of that
We
information.
did have one when it was first. And I, through you, Council President, I would also like to mention that I'm losing the word, but the way that I feel at this moment is the same exact statements that I made at the Personnel Committee level, and I also I opposed this item.
Madam Clerk.
I apologize. I didn't realize this was coming off the table, so I don't have the document with me, so I own that and I apologize. That being said, I actually a minute ago said there was a motion on the table, which I don't have the paperwork in front of me. My recollection now with hearing you speak is Attorney Hooton was present. He walked to the podium. The candidate was not with him. Because the candidate was not with him, you made a point to say at that time, you wanted to make sure we knew it came up. It was not a unanimous favorable recommendation. That was your comment at the time. And I don't know if we actually made a motion to approve at that time, if we just made a motion to table since the candidate wasn't here. So there may not be a motion on the table. So I just want to clarify that for the
There has to be
record.
some sort of motion. There has to be something to a table.
There was a motion to table.
So
What happened was Tim was here. The candidate wasn't.
So the motion from the committee was a motion a favorable motion. It was from the committee, it was a motion to approve. I was the only opposing vote, correct. So it passed as a, yep.
So the motion was made to approve by who?
Yeah, because the committee, ultimately, the committee overall voted to motion to approve. So I reported it as that. I was the only opposing vote when we made that vote.
So the motion was
You
properly
can
made to
withdraw your
approve.
motion.
We're in the middle of a discussion right now. Just because it was made doesn't mean you can favor it. The chair could always withdraw it. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do at this point. We could vote it down, we could vote in favor. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. You may feel compelled, because you're the chair, to continue with that motion, because that was the will of the Personnel Committee. I would probably strongly recommend that that's the direction you go in, and if you don't like the individual.
That is
Or you could table it. There's a lot of, there's a few options there, right?
That is, as a chair, represent the committee as a whole, and that is what the committee as a whole decided on, so I will move forward with what the committee decided on.
So there is a motion. I'm not sure if everybody's comfortable. We just received, we had it a while ago. The clerk just sent it to us again, so we do have a copy of it right now with the application, et cetera. This needs 5 votes to pass. So the motion is currently before us. So if there's no further discussion on this matter, I'm going to call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Roll call vote.
Going to stop. Counsel Infante?
No.
Selena Reyes is noted as absent. Counsel Del Rosario?
Yes.
Counsel Giovanni Rodriguez?
No.
Counselor Russell?
No.
Counselor Dela Cruz is noted as absent. Counselor Levy?
Yes.
Counselor Stella Reyes is noted as absent. Counselor LaPlante?
Chair votes no. Motion fails for the lack of a fifth. It was
Feeling for lack of a fifth. There's only
2. There's only 2. So, thank you for applying. The council has just voted that in that way. So we appreciate your willingness to serve, but you just heard the vote from the council. So, but thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Moving forward to committee on the whole. That is usually done by the vice chair. Councilor Rodriguez, you are the most senior person here in absence of the vice chair. Would you be willing to go ahead and give the committee of the whole reports?
The Committee of the Whole met on 11/28 of this year and vote recommending item 0117 for withdrawal. I would like to make that as a form of a motion.
So move.
There's a motion to withdraw document 117, an overview of the opioid epidemic in the city of Lawrence has been made. I believe it was sent out without a recommendation. I'm not sure it was sent.
That's what it says here, that it was for, oh, with our recommendation, yes, I would like to make that as a formal motion to receive it as
It's a
a
committee report.
committee report.
So there's a motion to make it as a committee report. It's been made by Mr. Rodriguez. Is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Levy. Discussion on this matter?
I think that we should-
Counselor Infante?
This is why, thank you, Council President. This is item 01-17. Stepped out, so.
Correct, it is. Document 117, the opiate one.
Was it recommended to send it to the safety committee? That's what we discussed out there.
Yep, that's what it,
So it's I would like to make that, to accept it as a committee report, keep it up here, and then eventually we'll send it over to the safety. Yeah.
So I'll send motion on the committee report. The intent here is for me to then to send it down to public safety after we accept the committee report. Is there any discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. This document is now being resent to the Public Safety Committee. Very good. Document 11917.
Yes, the Committee of the Whole discussed item 11917, which is the review of the city report, Paulino matters. It was sent to the full council for withdrawal. I would like to make that as a form of a motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Levy. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Item 7421 was discussed at the Committee of the Whole. It was sent to the full council for withdrawal. I would like to make that as a form of a motion.
Motion made and seconded by Counselor Levy. Discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Item 20521 was sent to the full council, which is the report giant loss after the LPS receivership has been allowance. It was sent out to the full council as a committee report with our recommendation. I would like to make that as a form of a motion.
Motion made, seconded by Counselor Levy, and that's a committee report, right? Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. What's the prerogative of the council now?
I think that we should keep this here, since sometimes we have some type of discussion with the school department, so we can have some type of grade to be able to open a discussion with the school system in case we need it. So maybe we can table it.
Tabling would be in order. I would just caution,
But before I table, I
Sure.
would like to, if any other councilor have a comment.
Counselor Infante.
thank you.
Motion to accept it as a committee report. We already voted on it.
Yes.
A motion to approve for the purpose of discussion.
Motion made to approve for discussion purposes. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Counselor Levy. Discussion, Counselor Infante.
Thank you. In my opinion, I believe we should add this to the other two items we have under the Committee of the Whole that talks about, talks about the receivership and all of that. It's all one thing. I mean, we will continue to have conversations with LPS, but whether we're in receivership or not, like, those conversations will be different, but that aligns directly with 418-23 and 419-23. And I'm assuming the council will be asking for the data once we have the commissioner in front of us. So to me, it sounds like one thing, all three items.
So the council, makes some sense that there's some duplication, which we're trying to avoid in our rules if there's a repeat of an item. So it would make sense that if we're going to have the controlling documents being 418 and 419, and then we can still essentially merge the stuff, we're not losing anything. If the council decides to withdraw 20521, it still has 18 and 19 available for the same matters.
Oh, this is not that old. I think that,
Councilor Rodriguez.
through you, Council President, I think that, merging them both and making reference to one another would make sense, because on this way, we can actually show that we actually working on these items since 2021, and be there as a reference, merging both, but having a reference to item 20521 will also make a little bit of sense since we actually show the date that we've been discussing that.
Is there any objection if the chair decides to follow up on Mr. Rodriguez's suggestion to send 20521 and incorporate that into document 41823, which seems similar in scope? Is there any objection? So what we could do at this point is take 20521, it will, at this point, if there's no objection, at this point be merged into 419. It seems like the cleaner of the two options. 18. And so from this point going forward, 20521 will be subsumed by 41823, so we will not see 20521, but that document will be underlined within 418. Does that make sense? 418. 418. So if you're looking for 205 at some point, it's going to be in 418. All the documentation, all the background material, everything that's in part of that. So if there's no objection, that's what's going to happen. We're going to move that document 205 into 418. That takes care of that. Document 36522, a review, go ahead, Mr. Rodriguez on 365.
Yes, the Committee of the Whole discussed item 36522, which is the review of the JRM Republic contract. It was together back then in 2022 by Councilor Payano and Councilor De Rosario. It was sent out to withdraw. It was sent out to the full council for withdrawal. I would like to make that as a form of a motion.
Motion made, is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Levy. Discussion. See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Document 418.
418 was discussed at the Committee of the Whole level, which is the request for Education Commissioner Jeff Riley to provide a status report of the exit plan for the Lawrence Public Schools from the state receivership, including the status of superintendent search for Lawrence Public Schools superintendent. It was sent out to the committee, and what was put together by Councilor De Rosario was discussed at that level and sent it to the full council, sending proper recommendations and an invitation to the Commissioner of Education. Would like to make that as a form of motion to receive it as a committee report.
Committee report for this document has been made. Is there a second for accept the committee report? Seconded by Councilor Levy. Discussion. See no discussion. I just think that this is probably the right time for this. We all received an email in front of us regarding the attendance of Mr. Riley, the Commissioner Riley, saying that he's unable at this point to meet with us, but is looking forward to perhaps scheduling something as soon as after the first of the year. So that's an email that we all received from Mr. Riley. I think that is it for this matter. I have more documentation for the second matter that I'm going to share with the committee or the council in a second.
Yeah, I would like to.
So I was going to take a motion. I was going to call the roll call on the motion on the committee report. All in favor of accepting the committee report, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Now I'm looking for a motion.
Council President, I would like to make a motion to send correspondence to the Commissioner Riley to provide us with a specific dates as of when he's going to be available in 2024 at the beginning of the year. I would like to make that as a form of motion.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Rodriguez, seconded by Councilor Del Rosario to request dates in January for a meeting with the Commissioner Riley. I'm presuming you're looking for evening dates and times. Are we looking for the first two meetings of the City Council in January? Are those the preferred times? Or are you looking to call a special meeting? Because if he comes back with a Wednesday at 6, Are we going to be more specific in what we're looking for?
We can ask for a specific time, at least 7 p.m. And then once he send out some date, preferably during the first and third Tuesday of the month. But if it's not available, and then I think that we should call for a special meeting.
So the request is for Mr. Riley to invite him to either the first or the third Tuesday, our regular city council meetings.
Per city charter, the first Tuesday in January, which is January 2nd, is your inaugural, and the only one item of business on the agenda that night.
Right, so when would the second one be? The
So
next night, typically, right?
the 16th would be your,
We usually have a meeting right after that. It's usually a meeting that first week. We don't wait 2 weeks. I don't think we do.
I can look to see what you've done historically, I don't know.
Let's take a look at that. My memory could be faulty, or it could be accurate, so we'll try to figure, those are the two options. There could be a
Faulty,
third, but I can't think of it
or it's
right now.
accurate, yeah.
So it's
the
very simple.
16th would
If
be-
there is a third, we'll offer the third if there is. If there's not, then we'll go right to the 16th. So there we go. That's pretty
Yeah,
simple.
preferably on the 16th. If it's not, and then to please send us some available date after 7 p.m.
Is everybody
so we
clear on the
can,
motion?
arrange.
Councilor Infante.
Thank you. I believe we should do a special meeting for these two items. I believe every time we have anything LPS educational related, it goes on for a bit. And it's because of the challenges that we face to get those officials in front of us. And I truly believe, I don't think we should do this during a regular meeting. I think we should do a special meeting just for these two items.
So the author of the motion would amend his motion to look for 7 o'clock Monday through Thursday. That would encapsulate what Councilor Infante is seeking, which is potentially a special meeting, because it depends on what day he brings forward.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that we should just call for a special meeting based on their available date.
So there's the
Anywhere between Monday to Thursday after passing 7 p.m.
motion. The motion is to invite Mr. Riley, ask Mr. Riley, Commissioner Riley, of a date that works on his schedule, Monday through Thursday, during the month of January. Motion's been made, I believe it was properly seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And the ayes have it.
Another motion that I would like to make so we can have specifics on the item. So we wanted to stick with the two cents of that, with the two main concept of the item, which is on the status of the search of the Lawrence Public School Superintendent.
Why don't you do the committee report for the next one, because I think you're going in that direction, the superintendent.
It's under 14.
Still on
which-
14?
Yeah.
My apologies, continue.
So I think that we should make a motion to send that correspondence specifically, so we can specifically state what we're looking for. And the potential plan as of end of receivership.
What I'm submitting to you right now is information that is embargoed, which means please don't release it until they're giving us a heads up on this, on the superintendent information, so please have a chance to read it. But as a courtesy to that office, we've been asked to not release it so that they can finish up the final stuff, but they wanted to make sure that we at least have some information about the strategy and what's going forward with respect to the question of the search. So I took this and sent it in, and I promised them I would hand these out to the members. So this is a draft. It's
Fair
not
enough,
finalized.
Council President. I think that
There is another item.
it is some
that is not in here.
information already being clear and sent some correspondence. So the next item will be item 41923. which is the request for Education Commissioner Jeff Riley to modify the composition of the LEE board. It was sent out to the, it was put together by Councilor Del Rosario, sent out to the full council as a committee report.
Motion
would like
made,
to
is there a
make that as a
second
form
for
of a
committee
motion.
report? Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion on the committee report. See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Councilor Rodriguez.
Councilor
If
Rodriguez.
any councilors have its intent to discuss this, I would like to make a motion for the purpose of discussion. If it's not, we just table it. It's up to the councilors.
Looking for a motion. Any motion will do. Any motions?
Motion to table.
We need a motion to approve something, and then we can motion to table. We just approved the committee report. Did we approve the committee?
Motion.
Motion to table for discussion later. No, motion to table, and then,
All right, there is a motion on the table, which is to table the item.
second.
Motion to table has been made, seconded by Councilor Levy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Okay, that's done with the committee on the whole.
Council President.
Councilor Levy.
Yeah, before we can move forward, that was another item that's, it was not sending the information, that was the item 10521 that was discussed to send it full, just to keep. 10521, that was the LCAP Board of Directors. Do you remember that we discussed it, and we sent it to the full council?
Unfortunately, Counselor, and you're correct. You are correct. Unfortunately, Counselor, it's not on the agenda. We
I know
cannot
that it's
discuss
not
it.
in the agenda, that is what I'm asking for, and just to keep it as a record, that it was sent to the full council.
Let the record reflect that the ordinance committee did have a discussion on, what's the document number again?
10521, LCAP Board of Directors.
On that, for whatever reason, it's not on the city council, then we cannot discuss it, but the council rightfully wants the membership to know that that was done and that came on the ordinance committee, correct?
They come out from the committee of the whole,
Okay.
and that was sent to the full council, just to keep it in here, because we are discussing so many other items, so that everything is gonna be together.
So that's not on the agenda right now, so it's still at the committee of the whole, but we can put it under old business at the next meeting and pull it up, so that we can cure it, I think, pretty easily at the next meeting.
Because it was discussed and approved by, that was,
It is correct, Counselor, but you are right, and so we're going to take care of that at the next meeting. We cannot cure this tonight,
no,
but we
it's
can
okay.
cure it in 2 weeks.
But I want to make it, I wanted you to
Yes.
bring it to the record.
So,
It's on the
Council
record.
President, point of information. Do you want to discuss the item today, or no?
She is not, we are not eligible to take that. It's not on the agenda. We're not allowed to discuss anything that's not on the agenda for the open meeting laws.
No, but we can pull it off committee.
It's not on the agenda. We have to put it under old business. If we're going to take something out, it has to be somewhere on the agenda. We will cure it next Tuesday. There's no urgency to take care of it this evening. We'll pull it up from the committee of the whole in 2 weeks. And if the council wishes to have a conversation or a discussion, we will have that opportunity. It just can't be tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, we would like to have like a song updated, and also regarding that, the TV installation and everything. This
Nothing
will
to
be
do
there.
with the LCAT, though.
Thank
Makes
you.
sense. Okay, we're going to go right, is there anything under table matters that we want to, the old business thing should still remain in the ordinance committee, so we're not going to take that up this evening. Under tabled matters, is there anything else under tabled matters that anybody wishes to take up this evening? If not, we'll go right to new business. 46323, request for enforcement of declaratory judgment regarding 341 South Broadway, Ordinance Committee. 46423, hawkers and peddlers license is going to the Ordinance Committee. Document 46523, home rule petition to reduce municipal voting age in Lawrence is going to the Ordinance Committee. 46623, replace plaques On monument at Toomey Fountain and Isabel Melendez Park, it's going to the Committee of the Whole. Document 46723, request for handicap parking, 61 White Street. I'm sorry, the 466 was put on by Councilor Russell. 46723, request for handicap parking at 61 White Street. That is going to the Ordinance Committee. 46823, recognize Lawrence Pop Warner 8 and under team, Northeast Mass. I'm not sure what PW stands for, but they're conference champions with a 10-win, 0-loss record, put on by Councilor Del Rosario. That's going to the Ordinance Committee, and that's a resolution. 46923 at Washington Street, no overnight parking, odd side from Manchester to Lake Street, put on by Councilor Del Rosario, the Ordinance Committee. Document 47023, concerns of illegal dumping on alleyways and the homeless situation.
Council President? Oh,
Put on by Councilor Del Rosario. I just want to make one point for my colleagues on this item. Because it says concerns and it doesn't actually have an opportunity for a fix or a solution on it, we're going to have a robust discussion on it. If there comes from that discussion an action item, it needs to be resubmitted to the city council agenda so we can take action on that action item. But we will go forward with the discussion, and that is going to go, that could go to the Ordinance Committee. Councilor Infante, you wish to speak?
Council President. I have two things. One, I believe this should go to the Public Safety Committee. And my second question is,
Which document?
470-23, concerns of illegal dumping on alleyways and homelessness situation.
I don't have a problem with that, so we want to send that to the Public Safety
We
Committee.
will
certainly
try
do
to
that.
put it into the Public Safety Committee.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
We'll send it to,
can
we'll
we-
send it there.
Can we modify it and just do illegal dumping, no concerns? Can we modify the documents and just do illegal dumping on alleyways and the homeless situation?
think-
That way the concerns will,
So what you want to do, you already have illegal dumping in alleyways, so you just want to have that and not work with the homeless situation?
the homeless, I just
So
wanted
I-
to take the concerns out of it.
So,
Before we
so here's the, I'm
still
going to
have
tell you
the
what the
floor.
challenge is.
still had the.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Councilor Infante.
I
You are right.
have a question for my colleague, because it does have the homelessness situation included in your item. I am untabling it, the homelessness update initiative item, but it's going to be in the new year. I'm planning for the second meeting in January, so I don't know if you want to combine or if you want to keep that separate, because I don't know what exactly, if there's something specific or if you.
We'll leave it as is and put it as a, if we can, yeah, it's a little different situation.
Okay.
If we can leave it as is,
Yeah.
and maybe, Council President, if you can, we can definitely put it in and the, public safety will be great, as is.
So this is, so it's illegal dumping on alleyways and homeless. This is a discussion that you want to have at the Public Safety Committee. Is that what you
Correct.
wish to
Yes,
do?
correct.
And this is different from what Councilor Infante is? Okay, as long as there's some difference, which is fine, because we don't want to duplicate. So that is going to go, just 470 is going to Public Safety. Now, 47123, invite Capital Waste Service Manager to Public Safety meeting to update on trash pickup citywide. 472 is concerns about trash pickup. We're going to make that into one item, and we're going to go ahead and do what this motion wishes, is to do an invitation. There's no sense in having two different ones. It's going to go to Public Safety as requested, number one. And number two, if this body at this point wants to make a motion for the invitation, that would be in motion, but we will just have one item and not two items for that. So we are going to eliminate, you can pick,
It doesn't matter.
we're going to eliminate 471, we're going to have 472. I'm now looking for a motion. This is going to go to Public Safety. I'm now looking for a motion to invite the Capital Waste Service Manager to the next Public Safety meeting. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Del Rosario, seconded by Councilor Infante. Discussion. See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. 471 has been eliminated. 472 has now got that extra meat to it and is going to public safety, put on by Council Del Rosario. 47323, naming a corner of Exchange and Center Street, honoring Rosalia Montañez, put on by Council Del Rosario and Senator Payano. That is going to the Ordinance Committee. Document 47423, fill a position longer than 6 months, a municipal services manager. That's going to the Ordinance Committee, I think you're right. 47523, approve the sale of real property at 4 Pilch Way. That is going to the Housing Committee. That is it for business this evening. I'm now looking, let's go for the committees. Ordinance Committee. When are you meeting? Next Tuesday? Tuesday, 7 p.m. Is there a budget? Do we know? Housing. There's one housing.
We have one item for housing and a few items for safety, so we're going to merge both.
Is there personnel? Do we need ISD stuff or something?
Yes, we do. I will do Thursday at 6:30, Thursday the 14th.
Tuesday at 7?
Tuesday is the event for Mr. Lamontagne at 6 p.m. And Monday, I'm unavailable because I have the District D Christmas event. And so. I'm not.
What time is the event? On Tuesday?
6:30, Monday. You have?
Okay.
Yeah, and I also sent everyone a calendar invite to their city councilor email.
So most important person is Teresa. Do we have all of those dates and times? If you got it, we're good. Okay, good.
So Tuesday, when is the budget? Wait, no budget, okay.
I'm looking for,
Tuesday at 7.
It's from 5 to 6, so you do have time to be here by 7. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking for a motion to
Motion
adjourn.
to adjourn.
Motion made by Council
Second.
Del Rosario, seconded by Council Levy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.